What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to smoke some beef ribs and some pork spares. I cleaned this up a little bit already. Cut off some of the fat, took off the back flap. We're going to peel the membrane, get that out of the way so we can start seasoning it. I'm going to let it sit a couple of hours before I put it on there, on the smoker. And there you go, that easy. Good enough. I'm going to use mustard for a binder. On the pork ribs. Made a mess on my cutting board, shouldn't have done that. When I have these crawfish trays, this is what I usually use. Alright, let's season this up. This is a hot, sweet rub I made. It's hotter than most people like it, but it's good. It's got brown sugar in it. Along with a few different types of peppers. And here's the trimmings that I cut off of there. It'll be dog meat for the puppy dog. Alright, let's get into these beef ribs. I'm doing beef back ribs. Cheaper than the regular dino ribs. You can see how they come. They're all beef back ribs. Cheap, $2.47 a pound. They usually hide junk under here. Nope, well, look at that. They usually hide small pieces of meat underneath the pack. There we go. There it is. I'm going to have to trim up some of this fat. Most of the time you can peel it. This one we use an olive oil. Light coat for binder. Maybe a little more. Killer dog out there. Male must be running. And this I'm just using a salt, pepper, garlic rub. I want to coat it heavy. Heavy, 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 heavy. Alright, I let these sit an hour to let the salt draw out some of that moisture. Make like a little candy paste on top of the skin of the pork. Already have the smoker fired up at 250. Let's throw these on to start. Time to load up the smoker. Beef ribs. And pork up here. pork dripping on my beef. And Scooby snacks. It's 1 hour later. I'm about to pull out the ribs and give them a spritz with that apple juice. As you can see, the pit's holding nice. 260 set at 250. It does fluctuate up and down about 15-20 degrees, but it all works out in the end. The ribs have been on for an hour. Here we go. Let's check them out. Beef ribs. Give them a little spritz, drying out. Same applesauce, apple juice. Still that bark on there. They looking good. Pork ribs. Oh yeah, they're getting there. Oh yeah. Scooby snacks. Those are about done. Just pulling those out here in a few minutes. Alright. We'll be back. It's been 3 hours and it's time to wrap. Here's the ribs. Looking good, looking good. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Johnny Trigg style. A little butter. Just going to put a few little pats of butter here and there, here and there. Alright. Next, do a little brown sugar. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make some candy ribs. No sauce on these. Just dry rub. But I'm still wrapping to make them tender. They're going to come out awesome. And a little bit of honey. Alright, we're going to flip these over, repeat on the other side. Alright, we're going to wrap these up. Fold up one side. On the other side, I'm going to open that up. Remember my apple juice? I'm going to dump a little bit of that apple juice in there and let these steam. I'm going to put this back on the grill probably for about an hour. This should be done. But I'll get the beef ribs and we'll be back and show you how I'm going to wrap those. Alright, we're going to wrap these up too. Let's get that in there. I'm going to put this meat side down. Hopefully that fat will render out. Man, this thing smells great. Here's what I'm adding to this one. Got a pot of boiling water. I'm going to take some Better Than Bouillon beef base. Make a little beef stock. There's some good stuff if you haven't tried it. It's concentrated. So you don't have to be using no 2 or 3 tablespoons. 1 good teaspoon. See how dark that is already? Pure beef base. All right, wrap this up. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm gonna have to double wrap that for sure, for sure. All right, we'll pour some of this in there. It's about a half a cup. It's gonna make gravy. The fat's gonna render out of the ribs. That's a big piece of rib. Big bones, big bones. Oop, oop, hot, hot, hot. So I'll put this back on the grill. I'm going to crank up the temperature probably to 350, and I'll check it in about an hour with my thermometer. We'll be back. 1 hour later, ribs are off. Look at that gooey mess. Back on a little more rub. I'm going to dry this out. This is going to be awesome. All right, back on the grill. And we're going to check out the beef ribs while we're there too. Falling apart, falling apart. Ooh, making a mess on the smoke. All right, here we go. Thermometer. I'm going to try to find a place between the bones. Bone, meat. All right, we're back. It's a beeping. 212. There you go. Let's turn that thing off. Whoop. See what's going on in here. All right, we're back in. We need to do an unwrap. I'm gonna put it back on the grill. Just let it dry out that fat. Maybe build up a little bit of somewhat of a crust some more. But it is absolutely smelling awesome, awesome, awesome. Look at that pullback on the bones. I'm putting that back on the grill, on the smoker, for about 10 minutes. I just pulled the ribs off. I'm upset. These are overcooked. Too tender. I'm gonna let them cool down. Hopefully they won't just fall apart. I'm sure I could just pull those bones out. Just like that. That's not the kind of ribs that I like. Well, that's where it broke earlier. Hopefully they're not all that way. We might have a chance. All right, I'm gonna let them cool. We'll be back when I pull the beef ribs off too. Beef ribs are done. They look good, they look good. Pull back. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thaw this, let this cool down for about an hour. Maybe sooner, 30 minutes, we'll see. But let's test out these pork ribs right here. They're looking a little bit better. So juicy. Can you see that juice in there? Can you see that right there? Can you see that? Let's turn this over and see what we got. Whoop, got a little smoke ring right there. Pellet grill. That was that broken rib. This is the end rack. The junk ribs. big meaty ones over here on this end. Can you see that? Nice smoke ring. Boom. Bones falling off. Let's give this a taste. Like I said earlier, this is way too tender for me. But I know everybody in their kitchen, these are the ribs they want. Just tender, fall apart. Mm-hmm. 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 Juicy. Still juicy after cooling. Can you see that? Fall apart. Pellet cooker, smoke ring. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna sample on a few of these while I wait for this beef ribs to cool down some. And I'm gonna show you those too. Beef ribs. Ooh, cool down. Let's slice this up and see what we got right here. Anytime you slice beef ribs, they got bones in there. You got to go between them bones. The chine bones. Ooh. Tender, tender, juicy, juicy. Look at that smoke ring. Pellet grill smoke ring. All right, here we go, peeps. How's that for pellet grill? Not too bad, huh? Let's see how this tastes. Not completely fall off the bones, which I like. Ooh, that's hot. Still hot. Fatty, crispy, juicy, beefy. Mmm. Oh yeah, awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, guys. There's my 2 cents of cooking ribs. This thing right here will have flavor. Look at all that bark. Oh my God. They are juicy, tender, not falling off the bones like these pork ribs, but the pork ribs are still good, and I'm going to tear those up too. You can believe that. So if y'all like this video, subscribe, click that bell, make sure you get my notifications. And let me know if you want me to cook something. I'll cook it.